Welcome to the bait shop. Buck here. Another Saturday night. I'm a little tuckered out. Wee's Mouse was working me hard today. Had me up on the roof putting Christmas lights up. Ugh. Oh well. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? Never give up the fight. That's for sure. Alright, guys. Well, there is a lot that was going on here this week. How about it? Man, that fishing planet. Well, comments. Let's get them out of the way. Elia. I'm gonna say it's Elia. Elia Bursko. Rods and equipment maintenance. Thank you so much. Glad I could be of help to you, guy. That's a big thing there, especially you get in the routine of every time you come off of a waterway when you're done with a fishing trip, no matter how long it is, even if it's just a little tiny one. Sometimes it's a hassle to pull that gear back out and do maintenance on it and pull it back up. But if you're out there for a five-day trip, like you should be doing, if you're just climbing the ladders up there and you're just not out there sport fishing, I mean, if you're trying to level up and you're doing all these missions, you want to stay on these waterways at least 5 days. You get that marker buoy at 5 days, so that's real good. Make sure I get that up there so we don't miss nothing on the club chat. Yeah, so you want to at least be doing those 5 days. Make sure you make enough money to cover your expenses that it cost you to get over there, everything. And I've been lackadaisy about drilling this into everybody, especially the new guys that are coming up. When you look at a fishing trip and you think, okay, let's look over here. Tiber River, for example. Okay, 7,500 to get there, 4,000 for the license, so you're talking 11,500. Well, plus bait. Now, what do you spend on bait? If you're strictly a lure fisherman, you don't spend a lot on bait. I don't know too many guys that strictly fish lures, and I mean, because that can be done. You can even you can get small gear and those small spinners. You can get your panfish with them. However, it's going to cost you bait, so you got to figure that out. Buck, I'm a big bait fisherman. I love a lot of bait, so I spend money. I spend money on bait. $4,000 or $5,000 on a fishing trip. Make sure I have enough bait to go there. If I'm going to be there 14 days, I'm not buying that bait in the local bait shops, that's for sure. I learned my lesson there. Now, again, if you're blue crab and you want shiners, I mean, I make special trips to blue crab just so I can load back up on my shiners. Because it's a double-bladed sword down there. You go down there, you farm for 5 days. That's all it takes to make $500,000 or more, $500,000. You go down there and put 5 days in, grind it out for 5 days. You can do 5 days in a weekend, real easy. I do 5 days in a day. Saturday, I can get up on a Saturday and put 5 days in a blue crab before noon. You can fill your net up, make $500,000 real fast. So, bait is a big thing. Don't forget about the cost of the bait that it costs you to go down there. A lot of guys do that. And, well, I did I'm still losing money, Buck. I made enough money and I should have been able to leave, but I still keep going backwards. Well, you're not figuring in the cost of the bait that it costs you to buy that bait to go down there and fish for those 5 days. So make sure. I used to drill that all the time. I kind of forgot about it now because I don't pay enough attention to it, because a lot of times I'll leave and I didn't think, oh, Buck, you spent, now I have a lot of bait, but I replenish. I have levels that I want all my bait at. So for me, it don't matter if I go into a dry spell or something. I'm more comfortable when I've got 100 of everything. So I know if I'm going to use up 40 or 50 of it at a time, I'm not buying nothing at the bait shop. And then I come back and I replenish my stuff to get me back up to 100. Um, that's kind of where I run, my bait at. Step over there. Okay, there we go. So now a lot of this stuff, what I used to do when I first started making money, the first thing I did was I'd come home, hit the bait shop, and I would just go to. I think we're here there now. I'd just go to the shop, and I would just click on baits, and I would just run right up the line, minus the golds. All right, and that's what I did. I mean, you're spending 10 for 50, $10, $50. I mean, you just bang, 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 go up to the next page and keep going to whatever level you are. Bang, 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 buy every one of them. That's your bait. Every fishing trip, every time you made money, you make money. Come back, and just the first thing you do is pay the pig. Don't go buying poles or anything like that. You got poles. You run out of bait, them poles ain't going to do you a damn bit of good now, are they? Absolutely not. Make sure you never run out of bait. Make sure you're never stuck where you have to fish with shrimp everywhere you go. How about it, Smokey? Buy your bait. I mean, it's cheap down here, too. When you're talking about these lower level guys here, 170 for 10, you know, it doesn't take long to get up. It doesn't take long at all to get yourself stocked up on some bait. And you just keep going. Now, granted, when you get up airways, now forget about the carp baits. You know, they just cost you an arm and a leg. You got to get rid of your first boar and, go carp fishing in this game. By the time you're done with poles and baits, you know how long 10 strawberry pop-ups last for $2,200 at Weeping Willow? All about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm telling you, this is a racket, carp fishing and Fishing Planet. I think the whole carp fishing deal is run by a whole nother group of guys, if you know what I mean. Because, boy, they got their fingers in it there. I'm telling you, that's one expensive fish to go fishing for. Look how pretty that stuff is. Shellfish violet. Get a little orange in there, a little strawberry. Oh, and you get 10 of them. You better hope that you get the exact 10 fish you need. Stuff works anywhere. I go used to be minnows, now it's shrimp. Leave me alone. Yeah. That's how that is. So, guys, make sure that's kind of, I mean, this is the bait shop. This is what I'm supposed to be talking about with you guys. Pay the pig. Every time you come off a waterway, hit the bait shop, start off low, and just buy them, And if you've only got, look at what you brought in. If you brought in $12,000 off of a lake, okay, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to go spend $1,000 on bait. That's not a bad percentage. If you made $12,000, go spend $1,000. You know how much bait you can get if you sink $1,000 right off the bat before you go shopping down here in the rods and reels section. All right, before you go down there, go here. All right, this is what makes you money. You already got rods that you can put this stuff on and get it out in the water. Like I said, all you need is a bamboo stick, a string, and a safety pin, and you can fish. If you ain't got the bait, you're digging it up, you're swimming for it, you're lifting up rocks for it, you're starving. So you better get that bait while it's there. And they give you a bait shop on every waterway. It ain't like that's like that in the real world. Try to find a decent bait shop nowadays. It's almost impossible. Could say the same about crickets. Oh, here we go with my crickets. By the way, guys, crickets are the best bait in the game. All right, they're $200 for 25 of them. It don't take long to build you up a stock of crickets. I mean, that's not to me. That's the next greatest deal, other than getting free red worms at Lone Star. Is the cheap price of crickets, and you get 25 of them. So that's Buck's secret weapon. Don't tell anyone about it. All right. All right. So what are we talking about? Well, I jumped over here just to go to the bait shop. That's what we were doing. We were going to the bait shop. Oh, wow, I'm over here. Let's see what's next in line here. No, don't jump all around, Buck. All right, get back to your comments. Oh, my buddy from over in Tuscany, my Italian friend. How you doing, Canyonero? Always love to hear from you, buddy. Like your comments all the time. You like that? The interesting. So, the beginner techniques too. A little bit about those casting spoons and retrieves. I mean, that's kind of, check it out. That's how Buck does it. I kind of like it that way, you know. So I thought I'd put something out there. Glad you enjoyed it. All right, what else is in it? Well, I could put that at the end, or we could talk about this now. Oh, let's talk about it now, because once I get started on the news, I could go off on a tangent. All right. Now, as some of you guys may or may not know, I've been testing this damn theory out for a couple months now, and it's all about the depth thing in the game. I'm teetering on the fact, and of course, something always happens to me, and I go out on a waterway, and it sways me back the other way. However, the depth thing. You know, as I've been stating, if you guys have been following me around, I've been questioning just how important depth is in this game. Now, when I first started playing this game, I loved the fact that, depth, and it meant something, you know, it really meant something. Because in the real world, it does. I mean, where you're at in the water column means everything. However, I'm not so sure that Fishing Planet really puts a whole lot of emphasis on where you're at depth-wise. I mean, it started with me when I got up to a higher level, and I would just go out and do a fishing with Buck or something where I didn't put enough preparation in. I didn't want to change my sticks around because I just wanted to go fish somewhere for 2 hours because I was going right back to where I was, and I wanted to keep my sticks all the same. So a lot of times I ended up on a waterway with very big sticks that I normally would never be on that waterway with. And I'm one of those guys, I tell you, don't do that. Absolutely gear your gear up for where you're fishing, what you're fishing for. Absolutely gear it up that way. What are you doing, Buck? There it is. There we go. All right. So, make sure, don't use heavy gear. It's just, you don't want to do that. I mean, if you're fishing with Buck and you're in our Discord channel, we're fishermen. We're not out there to beat the game in any way. That's not what we do. That's not our motif, so to speak. So you're out there fishing, and Fishing Planet's making it harder for these guys to do what they do, and they're bringing them back. And I've noticed some, now all of a sudden, instead of these content creators screaming about, putting up these fancy videos about max drag, here's how to yank your fish in right away. But now all of a sudden I see a lot of them going, well, guys, let's talk about how to build a balanced setup and fish for your, exactly what Frumpy Buckle's been screaming about for a year. Build your weapons accordingly for your target, what you're going after. You'll get better performance, and in this game, you'll enjoy the game better because you'll get a better fight out of the fish. You'll get higher XP. They reward you for being a good fisherman in this game. They reward you. And they are now really slamming down on guys who aren't fishermen. That so anyway, back to my point. Why this depth thing got to me was because when I was doing these videos, I was running into these issues where I just bam, I jumped to do a fishing with buck. I had these big poles on, and then I would maybe have the wrong pole. I needed a match rod when, and all I had was a bottom rod. And so I'd have these big poles. I'd put little hooks on them, and I'd fish for these smaller fish. Now, normally I would know that, okay, it's not the right gear to set me up with, but I'd fish it because that's what I had, and I'd do it, and I would catch fish. So it got me thinking, wait a minute, I'm catching bluegill on a bottom rod. Well, yeah, with a little tiny hook, and I'm catching bluegill on a float rod also at way different depths. Way different depths. Now, I know in real life that bluegill will run deeper on occasion, but you should not be catching bluegill on a regular basis on the bottom of a catfish hole, even though you have bluegill bait on. So, but I do. In the game, it does. You do. So that got me thinking this depth thing didn't work. Everybody said 20 inches everywhere. Well, why? Well, that's because most of the waterways, if you go deeper than 20 inches along the shores, you hit the bottom and your bobber flops over. And I'm sure when all this game first came out, and everybody would go, well, that's where you fish. Well, it's not necessarily true. In fact, I hate that so much, I refuse to set my depth to 19, 20, or 21. I absolutely refuse, because that's what everybody else says to do. I'm not going to do it. So I've always fished 23, 24 inches. Had to be different. Well, I catch the same damn fish. Now, I saw a video where somebody said, for catching the smallmouth buffalo, where you had to do this mission quite recently. I believe it was called The Secret, Fish with a Secret, the buffalo. Well, you looked out across the YouTubers, 20 inches in this spot. I went back. I didn't think about it too much when I did the video. I know where I fish Quanskin. I know what, but I don't fish Quanskin at 20 inches. Nowhere. Even though it's very shallow, I still don't fish it at 20 inches. Because that's that magic number I refuse to do. So I went back and looked at my video. Well, I put 3 poles out, and I caught all trophy, the common, the trophy, and then 3 unis at the same time. 3 unis, all in different depths of my poles. None of them more shallow than 36 inches. So I had one at 36, one at 39, one at 48. Now I caught the 3 unis. I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I caught the 3 unis on the pole. I don't know, because I think when I went back, I had 2 unis. 2 unis were at 36 inches, and one was at 39. One was at 39. And I caught the common, I think the first one, I forget now. I'll have to go back and look at my video. But that's something that, is depth really that important in Fishing Planet? If you're on the spot, if you're where they're at, I've actually rigged up gear, and you know how it gets. It's somehow the damn depth gets set at 3. I pick the pole up and throw it out there. Catch fish at 3 inches. I'm thinking in my head, I've got it set for 42 inches. I got a pole out there. Bing, ding. I catch the fish at 3 inches. So that should never be done. Well, of course, in real life, you can catch a fish anywhere. But, so, the jury's still out on this one. That's for sure. The jury's still out. We don't know yet. I still got to crunch some numbers. I got a lot of stats I wrote down, so we'll see how it goes. Not sure yet. Hi, Micah. Micah's on board. Hi, Buck. Where are we going? We're going insane, Micah. That's where we're going. I've been on the roof like the Grinch, putting lights up. I'm gonna stick a pine tree branch. I'm gonna duct tape it to my cat, Little Joe's head, so I got a reindeer. Looks like an albino reindeer. All right, we got to get back, Buck. Here, you only got 10 minutes. All right, let's do this. Can you pull this off? I doubt it. See what you do here. Right, you went all right that way. We do this, that, and everybody's gonna love you for this. Okay, Buck. Now you're gonna make me laugh. I actually made that. I made that happen, but you know what I'm gonna do because I always leave it on. I'm gonna go turn it off so the next time I switch scenes, it doesn't go back off again. All right, in the news, we're gonna talk about the news. Damn, I cut myself short all over this bait stuff. Now I can't rant and rave. All right, well, let's get started. Let's talk about the good stuff first. Okay. As you guys know, we're gonna be doing. I ain't quite figured it out yet on how we're gonna do this, but I'm probably gonna have to do something that's not a bait shop. It's probably gonna be the gun. I'm not gonna say anything. Somebody will steal my damn idea. But we're gonna have something similar to the bait shop coming down the road. It's gonna be on another night here, half-hour show, and it's gonna have something to do with the hunting side of our channel, our Discord channel, our YouTube channel. It's going to have something to do with that. So for now, this is the only place I'm getting my news out. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. Over on the Hunter Classic, they're running their Christmas PC. Let me be PC here. They're running their holiday event, in-game holiday event. You can hunt reindeer over there. So for you hunters on the Hunter Classic, make sure you get to. I went over and I read. I believe it's only happening on one of the maps. I think it's Hamado, something like that. I still haven't pronounced all these guys down yet. I'm just getting started, but that's going on there. All Wild the Hunter. All right, they got the Apex Hunter 2023 community competition going on there. So if you guys are interested in that, you might jump over to there. And new DLC just came out. I always love these DLCs. I like them more than the weapons and everything. So the Labrador Retriever's out, guys. There's a good dog there. That's a good dog. That dog will hunt. Good old that. And $5.99. You get the lab and a bunch of other cool stuff that goes with that. So now, let's talk about our stuff, Buck. All right. Well, I guess the best way to do this. Let's go do this. Where's it at? Where's your cursor at, buddy? There it is. All right, let's go close. Let's go pigs. All right, we'll leave it up there, and we'll zip over there. So put that up there and go over there. All right, guys. Here it is. Our disaster of the week, Fishing Planet. Boy, did they fall on their face, huh? Wow. Wow is all I can say. Just wow. Oh, we're going to run a little bit late because at the very end here, I'm going to show you something. All right, guys, we've got our beginners leagues running. We got 30 divisions, 215 clubs in here, and they kind of, they put these clubs together by guys that were real close in points from the 2 weeks that we were doing before they opened this. Because I was keeping a pretty good track on everybody and where they were at, and we kind of got grouped right around with the guys where we're at. Okay, for this time around. Okay, so if you jump into the beginner league here, am I showing this right? Okay, yeah, you got the right thing up, Buck. Yeah. All right, we got stuck in Division 8. Now the way this worked was, Division 1 naturally, they were the guys that made the most club points when this whole shebang started. All right, so naturally they were in Division 1, so they're competing amongst, which good idea, right? Good idea. That puts all them knocking each other's heads off. I love that. All right, so we didn't do too good. We didn't fare up here in the very top. We're in Division 8. All right, we're down here, which is, I don't care about that. Now, this is killing me. You know, me being a veteran, and the Veterans Fishing Club is leading our division. So we got to get our butts right up under them. That's for sure. And look where we're at. We're in 6th place. 6th place. There's only 7 freaking teams in the damn division. So tonight we better score some points. I mean, I've been on a special project that I just finished up shooting the video for right before the show started here. So I just got that done. So look forward to something special coming out in the next couple of days once I get it all edited up. However, we got to do some fishing. We got to move up here a little bit. We need to be in. I like 4th. To tell you the truth, I'd like to be in 4th because you get better stuff. So but let's just get up there, huh? How about that? Let's just get up there somewhere. We got to do some fishing tonight. All right. Now, what else is on your news list here? Okay, let's talk about this, and then I can jump into the other thing. All right, guys, this update. Did they test? I mean, did they test anything? Anything at all in this mess that they've delivered us through November and now December? These 2 updates. This is a mess, an absolute mess. And I've got documentation, and I guess it's going across all platforms. I mean, right off the bat, it's just the system emptying your net. Now, this is the start of it. This is how you know you're about to get really screwed. First thing that happens is pops up that like you're done for the day, like you're ready to, when your net's full and you're going to extend it the next day. Well, boom, that screen pops up and it says today's results. You just fast forwarded time to the next morning. However, you don't move, it just empties your net out. Now, at first I thought they were stealing my money, so Buck went panicking over that. So I started watching, and I was getting credit for the money when they emptied it. But that's the start of the bug. Because the minute that happens, all of a sudden your net gets empty. Now okay, all right, fine. I'm still here. It's still the same time of day. You're fishing again. All of a sudden there's no bite. No bite. Now, before that happened, I'm catching fish. Now all of a sudden that happens, boom. Now all of a sudden it's like, no bite. What's going on here? I can't figure it out. Well, then the game goes into what I call graphics overload. And I got video of that. We're going to show that. I know I'm going to run a little bit later tonight, but we're going to do that. I've got it. And it's graphics overload. I mean, this game does not know what it's doing. I was in a kayak. Next thing I know, my bottom rod is my paddle, and the bottom rod's sticking out of the end of the paddle, and I'm fishing with a paddle. I mean, it's insane. Then, when you get all this stuff squared away and you bounce back and forth, restart the game, try to go to another room, it don't work. I found the only way to deal with it is quit the game, go away for a while. I mean, I went and ate breakfast, spent 40 minutes away, came back, got back in the game. Now, at that point, the geo-clocking's all messed up because it don't know where I'm at, and it puts me back in the game right where I was right before all this started. So when I did get it to calm down and get my pole back going, I paddled around and fished until it happened again. And then I got the hell out of the game for a while and came back. Well, it put me way back originally where the first screw up happened. That's how I'm sitting in my kayak in that spot now. But everything seemed to be working, and I was then catching fish again. So, and of course, then we have the other issue where it's giving us, it's screaming about, the bait being too heavy is going to break your telescopic rod. Hello. All right. So they got a mess. They really got a mess out there, and I hope they get it fixed. I don't know. Well, with that, we're about down here, so we'll end the show. Let me go over here. Oh, Buck, what do you got going on over here? Okay, let's go back there. Let's get the live thing on. Go back to you. That. We'll do. And let me turn this down over here. That's not yakking. And I think this is going to work, but we'll see. Turn it on. Oh, this is cool. I got a new pole called the paddle pole. Huh. I think I guess that went a little too far. All right. Let's see. We'll fish like this. There we go. This game is broke. It's unplayable. It's unplayable. No fish bite. Everything's broke. I'll be back. Oh, this is good. I switched to my bait caster. Oh God. Here we are. Unbelievable. Paddling. All right, what happens if we paddle it? All right, now. Okay, I got my rod back. Unbelievable. Still haven't caught a fish in like 5, 6 hours game time, so it's broke. There you have it, guys. Um, I don't know. That's what we're dealing with. Not that I wanted to bring that damn music back up again, but hey, we didn't even get into. I didn't even check the polls yet. I'll put the polls up a little earlier. I was putting up Christmas lights today, and I didn't get a chance to put the polls up. We're headed to either one of those four places. As soon as I drop off of here, I'll find out where we're going, and I'll put up a notification in the next 5 minutes. We'll get our polls. We're gonna show up somewhere, and we're gonna fish our butts off tonight, and we're gonna get ourselves up into one of them top four positions. Thanks for watching. Hey, hit the like button. Subscriber rates are coming up a little bit. Maybe because I was complaining. Do I have to wah, 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 wah? All right. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Never, ever give up the fight. See you later.